The road to the Big 12 conference game begins now. Welcome in everyone to Inside the Big 12. I'm your host, Morgan Uber. We have plenty to get to this week with week 1 of Big 12 conference play kicking off on Saturday. We're going to start with the one team that played last Saturday during week 2, the Oklahoma State Cowboys. The Cowboys had a lot of hype surrounding its offense coming into 2020. They returned the nation's leading rusher from 2019, running back Chuba Hubbard, and his teammate, all Big 12 wide receiver Tylan Wallace, who was returning from an ACL injury. However, on Saturday against Tulsa, it was the defense that made the big statement. The Cowboys defense kept them in this game, allowing just one touchdown. This was the first time since 2017 that the Cowboys held an opponent to under 10 points. Linebacker Malcolm Rodriguez was named the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week. He had not only a team-best 9 solo tackles, but he also had a sack on 4th down in the 4th quarter that sealed the win. I'd now like to welcome Malcolm into the Big 12 studio. Malcolm, this defense held Tulsa 0 for 12 on 3rd downs. As you now shift your focus to West Virginia, how has that consistency carried over into this new week of practices?
Definitely got a chip on our shoulder. Defense like that boosts us very well. So, Coach Knowles had good calls on those 3rd downs. And, like I said, just boost our confidence.
Your head coach, Mike Gundy, all preseason long and even after the Tulsa win, said that this defense has a chance to be one of the most special that he's coached in his 16 years as a coach at Oklahoma State. What makes this Cowboys defense special?
We got a lot of returning guys. We got Kobe, got back defensive guys back there. Then we got linebackers, Bundage back. Then we got our D-line back. So, we're not really missing anyone. We just lost AJ. So, like I said, we got a lot of depth behind us.
On the offensive side of the ball, your 3rd-string quarterback, Shane Illingworth, comes in, marches down the field 73 yards. He hadn't practiced in over 2 weeks because of the COVID protocols. How impressed were you with his ability to lead this offense?
That was like I said, eye-opener for me. Just shows that he's a baller, and he came in there and picked the offense up.
The quarterback that you're going to be up against, West Virginia's Jarrett Daggie. Last year, he had 307 passing yards against you all. What steps has this defense taken in order to contain him this time around?
He doesn't try to do too much. He'll do the easy check down. And so, like I said, he goes through his keys, reads the defense. So, we're going to try to do our best to put pressure in his face and, cover those guys down.
What impresses you most of the film that you've watched this week about the Mountaineers offense?
They're very fast. They got a lot of weapons on offense, and they're all most of them are returning. And so, it's going to be a good battle.
All right, Malcolm, we're looking forward to it. Week 1 of conference play. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Yes, thank you, Morgan.
Now, a big storyline to watch for in this matchup, who is going to start at quarterback for the Cowboys? The Cowboys' starting quarterback, Spencer Sanders, he was in a boot from a high ankle sprain that he suffered against Tulsa. Head coach Mike Gundy said the plan was to reevaluate him without the boot in practice as early as Wednesday. Sanders played just 1 full drive before both backups, Ethan Bullock and Shane Illingworth, saw action. West Virginia head coach Neil Brown said, though, that his team has still been preparing for Sanders as the starter. The West Virginia Mountaineers visit the Cowboys in Stillwater at 2:30 p.m. Central. Let's take a look at the full slate of games on Saturday. 2 teams that we haven't seen yet in action, TCU and Baylor. Both have had postponements and cancellations and are finally getting to play their first games of the season. You can catch TCU against Iowa State 12:30 p.m. That one on FS1. We'll also get to see head coach Dave Aranda make his debut for the Green and Gold. That one is the nightcap. The Bears face Kansas at 6:30 p.m. at home in Waco. That one on ESPNU. Everybody be sure to enjoy your full Saturday of Big 12 football. I know I will. I'll see you back here next week.